Hello. Assalamu alaikum. One second. Uh, might need to turn the echo on. Eh, my eyes. uh, all right, where was I? Okay, it is working. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi. Kohong. Oh, kohong. Is the echo working now? Echo should be working now. I'll check for myself if no one's gonna answer me. Echo, echo. Hello. I can't hear myself. It's too cringe. Echo? Okay, the echo is there. Never mind then. My back hurts. Man. Awful week. It's been an awful week. Hopefully it's time to feel better. Read some Quran. Change change the mood. Be happier. Alright. How are y'all doing? Kind of just waiting for people. A little bit of waiting and then that's it. Like 3 minutes, I usually wait around 3 minutes and then we'll just start reciting. If I don't wait, someone's gonna be like, "Can you recite that surah?" I'll be like, "I just did it. I literally just recited that." Feel free to asks. Oh, the accent. Um, no, Muslim. Yeah, that's fine. I've seen your comment before, Lewis. I know that you said that. I know you're not. I think I've seen it. I've seen it. No, I think you did either comment it on a video or said it on a live stream before. Welcome. You're welcome here. It's fine. I always say that. Let me just write it again. Everyone is welcome. Come here, Muslim or not, and pin it. All right. Any recommendations, or should I just read on my own? Should I do my own thing? Ah, I'm started. Or I'll just read on my own then. It's been 3 minutes. Time to read. What are we gonna read? A room sounds good. A room in a bit, maybe. Let's just start with smaller surahs. If you know what surah is this, tell me. Let's see if you guys remember. They're gonna be small surahs. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. Anyone knows what surah is this? No one? Alright, next then. والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طحاها ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بطغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها. الضحى, no, this is not الضحى. The last one was also not الضحى. Or do you want me to read الضحى? I'm confused. Are you guessing what surah is this, or do you want me to read الضحى? Fine, I'll read الضحى. Why not? بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. That was الضحى. النبأ, sure, why not? النبأ. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا الليل لباسا وجعلنا النهار معاشا وبنينا فوقكم سبعا شدادا وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا يوم ينفخ في الصور فتأتون أفواجا وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا وسيرت الجبال فكانت سرابا إن جهنم كانت مرصادا للطاغين مآبا لابثين فيها أحقابا لا يذوقون فيها بردا ولا شرابا إلا حميما وغساقا جزاء وفاقا إنهم كانوا لا يرجون حسابا وكذبوا بآياتنا كذابا وكل شيء أحصيناه كتابا فذوقوا فلن نزيدكم إلا عذابا إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعناعون فيها لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون منه خطابا يوم يقوم الروح والملائكة صفا لا يتكلمون إلا من أذن له الرحمن وقال صوابا ذلك اليوم الحق فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه مثابا إنا أنذرناكم عذابا قريبا إنا أنذرناكم عذابا قريبا يوم ينظر المرء ما قدمت يداه ويقول الكافر يا ليتني كنت ترابا. Okay. Next. What do we have next? Oh, this tube cut off for a bit. عباسة. معلش ترجم. عباسة. عبسة. Oh, عبسة. That's what you mean. عبسة. Sure. It's been a while since I read عبسة as well. Let me try to remember. Okay. so I won't make any mistakes. Give me a second. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. عبس وتولى أن جاءه الأعمى وما يدريك لعله يزكى أو يذكر فتنفعه الذكرى أما من استغنى فأنت له تصدى وما عليك ألا يزكى وأما من جاءك يسعى وهو يخشى فأنت عنه تلهى كلا إنها تذكرة فمن شاء ذكره في صحف مكرمة مرفوعة مطهرة بأيدي سفرة كرام بررة قتل الإنسان ما أكفره من أي شيء خلقه من أي شيء خلقه من نطفة خلقه فقدره ثم السبيل يسره ثم أماته فأقبره ثم إذا شاء أنشره كلا لما يقض ما أمره فلينظر الإنسان إلى طعامه أنا صببنا الماء صبا ثم شققنا الأرض شقا فأنبتنا فيها حبا وعنبا وقضبا وزيتونا ونخلا وحدائق غلبا وفاكهة وأبا متاعا لكم ولأنعامكم فإذا جاءت الصاخة يوم يفر المرء من أخيه وأمه وأبيه وصاحبته وبنيه لكل امرئ منهم يومئذ شأن يغنيه وجوه يومئذ مسفرة ضاحكة مستبشرة ووجوه يومئذ عليها غبرة ترهقها قترة أولئك هم الكفرة الفجرة. Oh, my nose is closed. So hard to read. My nose is. I sorry, Shark. I already read Al-Rahman like literally last week or the week before. I can't be reading like the same surah in every stream. You can go rewatch the older. It's either last week or the week before. I'm pretty sure I did read Al-Rahman. Someone even made a timestamp for it. I think so. Alaikum assalam. Thank you for understanding. Some people get mad when I tell them I don't want to keep reading the same surah over and over. It's not because I don't like reading the same surah, it's because some other people might want to listen to another one. My back hurts. Any other recommendations? Al-Buruj? Alright, let's do Al-Buruj. We do Al-Kahf at the end of every stream. Always, unless there's like an emergency or something. So we'll do the Kahf at the end of the stream. Alright. Al-Buruj. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والسماء ذات البروج واليوم الموعود وشاهد ومشهود. قتل أصحاب الأخدود النار ذات الوقود إذ هم عليها قعود وهم على ما يفعلون بالمؤمنين شهود. وما نقموا منهم إلا أن يؤمنوا بالله العزيز الحميد الذي له ملك السماوات والأرض والله على كل شيء شهيد. إن الذين فتنوا المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثم لم يتوبوا فلهم عذاب جهنم ولهم عذاب الحريق. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار ذلك الفوز الكبير. إن بطش ربك لشديد إنه هو يبدئ ويعيد وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش المجيد فعال لما يريد. هل أتاك حديث الجنود فرعون وثمود بل الذين كفروا في تكذيب والله من ورائهم محيط بل هو قرآن مجيد في لوح محفوظ. Okay. I need to go drink some water. Give me a few seconds. I feel like my throat's starting to hurt. I don't know why. I'll go. Be right back. I'm gonna get some water. Back. I was just drinking so much milk. I mean, susu. I was drinking so much susu. I was like, maybe I don't need to hydrate with water. So like, literally drank a gallon of milk. Oh, susu, sorry. Next surah. Yeah, sure. In Shirah. Sure. Don't worry. Give me a second. I'm sorry, someone asked if I can speak Indonesian. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm still learning. Bahasa Indonesia. Membaca Quran. Saya membaca Quran. I hope that didn't sound weird. Saya is weird. Aku. Should I say aku instead? Aku membaca Quran. Holy Quran. Terima kasih. All right. What was I doing? I'm flexing two words that I know. I haven't done a Indonesian learning stream in a while. Maybe I should do that. All right. All right. What was it? Inshirah, yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Oops, I forgot to put that. You know, maybe I just gave up on putting this, but I'll just keep it here. I forgot I didn't have it the whole day. I guess because there isn't many people watching, so we don't get the people who actually just keep talking during recitation. I'm not sure. That's fine, I guess. It's good to not have a structure. Yeah, I know. I know it's more formal. I know. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ورفعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. All right, that was Surah Sharh or Inshirah, some people call it. Yes, that is correct. Any other requests? Jiruk. Air. Aku menulis air. Aku menulis air. Why am I flexing so much? It's good that I didn't forget at least. تكاثر. Okay. البينة. العلق. Okay, one by one. Let's do them one by one. Oh, it's minum. It's not minulis. Oh, okay, it's minum. Right, I forgot. Minulis is writing, right? Minulis is to write. It's not to drink. I keep switching between the minulis and minum. I always forget. It's fine. That's fine. It's okay. It's okay. First we do al-bayna and then we'll do takathur. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين حتى تأتيهم البينة. رسول من الله يتلو صحفا مطهرة فيها كتب قيمة وما تفرق الذين أوتوا الكتاب إلا من بعد ما جاءتهم البينة وما أمروا إلا ليعبدوا الله مخلصين له الدين حنفاء ويقيموا الصلاة ويؤتوا الزكاة وذلك دين القيمة إن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين في نار جهنم إن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين في نار جهنم خالدين فيها أولئك هم شر البرية إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه. My nose is closed. All right. After Al-Bayna, we said Takathur. It's not Takasur. It's TH. Thu, thu, thu. That's how you say it. It's like thunder. Fa, fa. You know the letter Tha? It's the surah is named Takathur. Can you speak Arabic, my brother? I think you need to have a really good, knowledge of Arabic to read Quran properly. Not some people can read Quran, but not you can read Quran, but if you can't speak Arabic, then it's hard to understand it. Yeah, at-takathur, that is correct. That's how you write it. Yes. So yes, I do speak Arabic. 12 years. Took me 12 years to learn Arabic. And I still hate it, man. I hate it. Arabic is so complex. It's such a fascinating language. It's my most favorite. I love Arabic, then Japanese, and then English. English is the worst language to ever exist. It's too simple. It's too easy to learn, has no depth, no emotions, no meanings. In Arabic, it's just a sea of wonders. No matter how much you dive, you still can't reach the bottom. And the bottom is, or like the top of it. The highest thing you can reach is to understand the Quran very, very correctly, or like to a high degree. But still, even if you master Arabic 100%, you still can't the entirety of Quran, Yeah, Arabic's very tough. Also, we read Al-Kahf at the end of the stream, so please bear with me. We read smaller surahs and then we end the stream with Al-Kahf, so not now. All right, where was I? Takathur, right. Takathur, as in, what does that mean, takathur? To increase in numbers, to have, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, Sophie. To have children and increase in numbers, to breed and, To increase. Takathur is actually increasing, just. But the one in this surah. Let's talk about Surah Takathur after I read it, okay? بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. Okay, Surah Al-Takathur, let's talk about it. Let's taco about it. Get it? Get it? I'm sorry, you don't get it. Let's taco. Let's talk about it. You guys want a brain head pat? Anyways. Anyways, my back still hurts. Surah Ina, yes, basically. I'm glad someone can notice. Usually people who watch me don't, especially on Friday, don't watch other VTubers, so kind of feels lonely. Surah, enough pun. Yeah, enough of these pun. Enough. Let's focus. We are in a discussion. Okay? In a serious discussion. Okay, stop. I'll stop. It's fine. Surah Al-Takathur. As the name implied when I talked about it, the first ayah says, Alhaakum al-takathur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God is telling us humans, Alhaakum al-takathur. As in, you humans have been so busy with trying to increase in numbers that you forgot everything else. As in, like, everyone's main objective is to. That's obviously more accurate of normal humans. So some people have some weird tendencies to say, I actually don't want a family. I just don't want children. Well, that's fine. I mean, you're the irregular here. Usually, a human in their nature wants to leave an offspring. They want to have a baby of their own. To increase, to be, to have a family and all that. But some people go even more than that, to the point where it's their life. They just want to get married. They just want children, more children. I want more children so people will never forget me. I want my children to be a doctor, and that one of my children, I'm gonna make him be an engineer, so everyone will remember my name, because my son was famous, so of course they're gonna remember me, their dad, or mother. And like a lot of people, even till this day, still are so obsessed with how they wanna have their name remains in dunya, in like this life, this short life. Then Allah says, "Hatta zurtumul maqabir," as in, like, till you guys have been, you humans have been so busy with the whole, like, you want a family, you want your legacy to be like protected, and you want to be remembered in this dunya and all this, to the point where you, even when you went to like the graveyards, cemetery, graveyard, like when you saw all the even when you see the dead people, right? Which is a sign. What do you think when you see a graveyard? What's the first thing that comes to mind, chat? I want you to like understand why is Allah putting the example like this? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you see a graveyard? First thing that comes to your mind. If you see a graveyard, what's the first thing that comes to mind? A place where everyone, all dead people, their corpses that are there. What do you think? What's the first thing that you think about? Yeah, you think that dunya is just temporary. You see the graveyard, and the first thing that comes to mind is that one day I'll be there as well. No one is immortal. They died, and so will I. We will all die, right? So if everyone's gonna die, everyone, even your children, then their children, and everyone, doesn't that mean this place eventually will cease to exist, as in dunya? Earth won't be anymore. Everything will end. So why? It's like being told. Let me think about it. Let me think of a good example. It's like being told, "Hey, you have one day, right, to do whatever you want. Okay, you have one day to do whatever you want, and after that day ends, everyone will forget that day existed. And that day will literally be erased from existence. No one will remember that day existed. Only what happened in that day, like the results of what happened, will remain. Okay? Yes, I know the JoJo fans are being, wait, isn't that King of Crimson? Yes, it is. Listen. So, imagine it with me. It's basically King Crimson, okay? If someone told you, you have one day to do whatever you want, anything, have whatever you want to do whatever you want. But after that day, only the results of what you did remains. Nothing else. Everyone will forget everything. That day will just like, as if it never happened, okay? What will you do? What will you do in that one day? The people who are so obsessed with, dunya stuff, such as having children and making it seem like their top priority in life is to leave like an offspring and have a baby, as if like they're from a video game about novelties and they're trying to get inherited and marry into another house and political marriage and all these duchess, all this, otome manga stuff, right? These people, like, even if you spend that whole day trying to, let's say, wow, that's such a deep example. Even I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Why am I talking about King Crimson? No one understands how King Crimson works. I don't understand how King Crimson works. Can we not talk about this? Can I bail out? All right, I'm ending the stream. Bye. Man, okay. Sorry. I'm back. Let me drink some water. I think. I'm so confused. What was I even talking about? This is the last time I'll ever bring JoJo into the stream. Completely made me. I don't know, man. It's the Joestar secret technique. I don't understand the context. I don't understand either, trust me. It's fine. Let's not talk about JoJo anymore. JoJo is not a good idea. No one understands it. How am I gonna make it a simple example? But I'm gonna cry. My head hurts. Nigerundayo Suwoki. Wish I can run away. I have no idea what to say anymore. Can we skip this? Can we just do a skip, please? Can we just not pretend this never happened? I am too. No, I am. No, no. This never happened. We're gonna keep reciting. Well, you must never speak of this. This conversation never happened. King Crimson erased this. Or however his ability works. I don't care. We're just gonna go somewhere else. Do something else. Man, I still mentioned him. But yes, this never happened, okay? Just gonna King Crimson through it. Man, I feel like if I don't King Crimson through this right now, I'm gonna get gold experience Requiem. I'm gonna repeat it over and over and over, so let's just leave. Let's leave all we can. Disregard recent events and resume recitation. Yes, yes, yes. We shall resume recitation as if nothing happened. Where was I? We did takathur, and someone said after it, العلق. Sure. A lot of people always ask for alaq, so sure. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى أرأيت إن كان على الهدى أو أمر بالتقوى أرأيت إن كذب وتولى ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى كلا لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية ناصية كاذبة خاطئة فليدع ناديه سندع الزبانية كلا لا تطعه واسجد واقترب. Okay. All right, does anyone know what did I go do? We did this before on stream. We did this before on stream, so you should know. We've said this before. When we read Al-Alaq before, we said it. You guys should know. What is there? There's a special thing at the end of the surah. And there's an action that you should do. Sujood tilawa. That is correct. Yes, it was sujood tilawa. Alright, since you know so much, Latif, Lutfi. In Egyptian movies, there's always that one guy. Ya Lutfi, ya Lutfi. They just call him Lutfi. That's great. Anyways, sujood tilawa, since you know about it, let me ask you, how many sajdat tilawa are there in the Quran? How many? Does anyone know? Anyone else, if you want to answer for him, that's fine. How many sujood tilawa exists in the Quran? It's a tricky question. You can Google it, I don't mind. Just be quick because we have to move on. Lutfi. It's a cute name. Be proud of it. Lutfi. All right, so no one knows how many. I gave you permission to Google it. 15. You definitely Googled it. But the answer is, well, yes, but actually no. Okay? There are actually confirmed 14 that are 100% confirmed. But there's one, the 15th one, is confirmed, is not, some scientists, we call them scientists, but they're sheikhs, you could call them. But people, they're also called scientists because they investigate in the matters of Quran, and Quran is the greatest science ever. And they have said that one of them, some of them argue that it is a sajda, some of them argue that it is not a sajda. Does anyone know which one am I talking about? Which sajda, the one that isn't confirmed? Does anyone know? And anyone knows why it's not confirmed and why the others are like normally confirmed? No one knows? All right, I'll give you a hint. It is the surah that this is in, is the surah's name is basically one letter. It's only one Arabic letter. It is one Arabic letter. That's the surah's name. Hajj 77, that is incorrect. Nope. That's not it. It's fine, you can give up. If you don't know, I'll enlighten you. I shall tell you if you don't know. I shall teach you. It's always nice to know these things so you can flex on your friends. Tell them, hey, do you know which one of the 15 sajda? No, not qaf, the other one. You know what's one of the 15 sujood in the Quran? First you ask them how many sajda in Quran. They're like, I don't know. And then you tell them 15. You don't know nothing. And then you tell them, okay, which one of these 15 is not confirmed? Sad, that is correct. Sad. Surah Sad, right? In the story of David or Prophet Dawood alayhi salam, David, Dawood, depending on how you call him. In the story of him, with his, some people argue it's not accurate. Some people say it is. But at the end, or like near the end of the story, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَاسْتَغْفَرَ رَبَّهُ وَخَرَّ رَاكِعًا وَأَنَابَ. As in, he's astaghfar. You guys know astaghfar. You always joke about it, say astaghfirullah. It's funny. Anyways, astaghfar, which is Dawood, Prophet Dawood or David, from what he did, because it's a long story. We'll probably do it if we ever read Sad. I'll give you the story of Prophet Dawood and the 100 wives. Some people say it's not confirmed, but it's heavily implied. It's very, very heavily implied in the Quran that Prophet Dawood did in fact have 100 wives, which is not, it's not weird since he was a king, But as I was saying, does anyone know why? Well, we already asked that. The reason why this particular instance, I already finished most story. Oof, I completely forgot. We actually didn't. We have to go finish it. We have to go finish it. Today, we'll finish it today. Completely forgot about that. It's like it's been 2 weeks and we haven't even touched it. We should probably finish most of the story. Anyways, as I'm saying, this sujood, the ayah says, وَخَرَّ رَاكِعًا وَأَنَابَ. Does anyone know what ruku' is? I guess the people who pray, if you do salah, then you know what ruku' is, right? The bowing motion, it's like you bowed like a 90 degrees angle. That's ruku', okay? And ruku' is different from sujood. But some people interpreted, like some sheikhs interpreted that this is just a way to reference sujood, because back then the two words were used very similarly, you know. Ruku' is to bow down. Ruku' means just to bow down, and a way of bowing down is also sujood. It's just that sujood is more extreme than ruku'. Ruku' is just like you do a 90 degrees angle, but sujood you just completely go down. You put your nose, your head, which is a person's pride, you know, your head is always must be up, looking up and prideful. It's like your human pride, but such pride doesn't exist in front of Allah. That's why we always sujood. We perform sujood in front of Allah and Allah only, no one else. It is extremely prohibited to bow down to someone else. That's why even if you go to Japan, you just shake your head to them. Do not actually bow down. If they tell you, why do you not bow down, like you're not being respectful, you tell them respectfully that you can't. It's a religion thing. You can't. And like just lower your head a bit. You don't bow to anyone but Allah. You do not bow to anyone but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? As I was saying. So yeah, some people said ruku' here, raki'an is still the same as sujood. So yes, it is a sujood, sujood tilawah. Some people said no, it's not. That's why number 15, Burger King, the number 15, this one is not confirmed. That's why. Okay. Anyways, now what do we do? Do we go back to Prophet Moses? We still have time for another surah, small surah if that's fine, and then we'll do. Pretty sure someone asked for something, but I forgot. I can't scroll through the chat. Alright, I'll just read something on my own. Yes, I do know about Yajuj Majuj. They are still alive, by the way. Ooh, Yajuj Majuj. Ooh, they're gonna eat you. We never know when they're gonna be released, so. Anyways, let's not talk about the dark things. The end of times are very dark. Let's not talk about it. Sorry, I got lost in thought. Don't talk about these things, man. You got me thinking about I literally stopped just to think about, when Jesus comes back, or Isa, Prophet Isa comes back, because he never died. He ascended, only to come back at the end of the times to lead everyone. It's funny. Our leader is gonna be, all the Muslims, every Muslim will be led by Prophet Isa or Jesus, which is funny because you know how there's so much hate between Christians and Muslims, even though they're essentially the same thing. Both religions are about worshiping God only. Well, at least the original Christianity, not the one that exists now, the one that forced Jesus to be a son of God, even though he said, "I'm not," multiple times. But you know what humans do? Surah we recited just now. The one we just did was which one? I forgot. Sorry. I have no idea. I guess we were talking about sajda al-alaq. I think we did al-alaq. That's what I did. Anyways, next. What are we gonna do? I'll read something and then go to. Actually, let's just go. Let's go on. Yes, Prophet Moses. Let's finish the story. I actually forgot where did we stop. Does anyone remember when we stopped? I'm so forgetful today. Wow. Where did we stop? Oh, I remember now. I remember. قال موعدكم يوم الزينة وأن يحشر الناس ضحى. As in Moses, Prophet Moses said to the Pharaoh, our date is the festival day, right? The festival day is when we're gonna have our final showdown. We're gonna have our, the final match between you guys, the Pharaoh and his followers, and me and Aaron, or Harun, right? Him and his brother. And give me a second. I need to remember which I always stopped at. Okay, yes. Yes. Okay. Sorry, being quiet this whole time. Is it true that all good people died before Qiyam actually happened? That is correct. Because at the end of time, all good people will die just so that they cannot witness how horrible the world is going to end. The world will end in the worst possible way. There's so many things that you can't even imagine that we know about the ending of the time, and during that time it will only be bad people. That is correct, yes. So that they can taste it. They can taste the end of time. During fasting, sleep it is worship. But why do people? During fasting, sleep it is worship. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading that. Can you try to rephrase it, please? And then we'll talk about it. But for now, let's focus. I keep delaying this. We have to get to the showdown between Moses and Pharaoh. Okay? Last time we talked was when they decided on a day, which is the day of a festival in the morning, right? Like the sun is up, everything is seen, like everyone will be gathered, all the people, right? He's gonna witness this, right? So what did the Pharaoh do? فتولى فرعون فجمع كيده ثم أتى. As in the Pharaoh, after like they already decided, withdrew, he left and started scheming. What do you mean by started scheming? He meant sleep as a prayer thing? About sleep as a prayer? I mean, anything in life can be considered a prayer of some sort if you have the intentions for it. If you sleep while thinking, I'm gonna sleep well so I can wake up early and go pray Fajr, then your sleep, you're rewarded for that sleep. If you sleep so you can wake up and go to school so you can learn and become, someone useful for your family and people, so you can be a better human. Like if you link your intentions like this, I'm gonna go to school so I can learn, so I can help people out and like bring happiness to everyone. If you link your intentions to other good deeds, then you will be rewarded for your sleep. You will be rewarded for just going to school because you're linking that intention to good deed. The better the deed that you're linking it to, the more reward that you get. You get it? Sleep to skip time. I mean, that's fine. You can sleep to skip. Oh, I get it. You mean as in the people who sleep like the entire morning in Ramadan so they can skip time. Oh. I get it. Okay. So I personally, I'm going to say it right now. Personally, on Ramadan, I do sleep the morning, but I sleep after Al-Fajr. And then I wake up Dhuhr to pray Dhuhr. Because if you sleep the whole morning and then sleep all the way until the time for fasting, then you're not really fasting, are you? You're just you're trying to trick yourself into the fact that I'm fasting. Look, I fasted. Yes, you ate at night, you stayed awake at night, and then you slept out the whole morning, and then you said I'm fasting, right? So the thing is, well, yes, you fasted, but is your fast considered as good as someone else's fast who spent their time actually struggling because they didn't eat food? No. Is your fast as good as someone who spent their time while fasting praying and reading Quran? No. It's really as simple as that, right? It's very, very simple. People who sleep in Ramadan in the morning for the sake of, you can sleep to not make it super hard for you. Sleep for like 3 hours, 5 hours, the morning time, that time that you're usually in school. I don't know you guys have school during Ramadan or not. Hopefully not, but that time you just use it as a, sleeping a bit. That's fine, but the more that you let yourself be spoiled, the less Ramadan will have an effect on you. The more you're gonna start treating it as just, Ramadan, yeah, I'm just gonna sleep at the morning and wake up at night, and yeah, that's Ramadan. No, man. I mean, slowly you're gonna lose the value of Ramadan. I was like this before. There was a time in my life where I had a Ramadan that felt horrible for me because I didn't do anything. I just quote unquote fasted. I don't know how you call that fasting. I just woke up an hour before the fast time and just, okay, what's the food? And then I ate or order some food for myself. That's not really fasting, right? Well, even if you think that it is, the fact that you don't feel anything better, you don't feel like the struggles of other people, the poor people, the fact that you don't feel any religious, increase in your faith, that just proves that you're not doing it right. Just like the people who would just, go to mosque? No, I'm just gonna pray at home. It takes me 2 seconds. Well, yes, you prayed, but is that really the same as going to the mosque and praying? I know this is like the time of COVID and all, but still, praying in Jama'ah is always better, and like it makes you feel better. And I know for a fact that once in a time, if you go actually pray in the mosque, even though Shaitan is telling you not to, and he's holding you back, he's like, oh, dude, the mosque is so far away. What are you talking about? It's so hot outside. Like, let's not go. Or like, it's too cold outside or whatever. But once you actually go and pray, you'll feel so good. It's a fact. Prayer, the proper prayer always makes you feel good. Always makes you feel better. Right? But anyways, my point stands. That's something you should be asking yourself, not other people. It's pretty common sense, my guy. It's not about, is it allowed to sleep at the morning of Ramadan or not? No, it's about, do you want to sleep? Ramadan comes once a year for people to completely reform themselves, to be better people. Dying in Ramadan is guaranteed. Some people, if you die in Ramadan, All the heavens doors are open. That's how much of a religiously blessed month it is. It's an opportunity. Ramadan is an opportunity for you to improve yourself. If you just want to let go of that chance and be like, oh, I'm just gonna sleep, then that's your choice. If you try to justify your choice and look around asking people, is it okay if I sleep? Then it just means that you don't wanna take care of that. Even if I do tell you right now, yeah, it's okay, you can sleep, that doesn't change anything. You're just gonna be like, does that mean you're gonna be feeling better about Ramadan? No, the fact that you want to sleep and you want to get excused from the fasting to make it easier for yourself just means that you don't consider it a big deal. You don't want to go through the hardships. You don't want to struggle, because struggling in fasting is what makes it so good, right? But don't suicide? Of course not. That's basics. If you kill yourself, you will 100% go to hell. This is not my words. This is something in the Quran. وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَنفُسِكُمْ إِلَى التَّهْلُكَةِ. Allah says, do not kill yourself. That's it. It's done. It's done. Don't do it. It's not the soul that you're given. It's not yours. Allah gave it to you. You have been borrowed this life from Allah. You should be grateful for it. Taking it away is the worst thing I could do. Yes, I had the time where I felt like I wanted to die, and I felt like I wanted to suicide, and I wanted to end it. I know people who are actually depressed don't think about these things. That's why it's a good reminder that yes, this is not a game. This is not something that you can, oh, I'm tired of life, let's end it all. No, that's not how it works. You were given this. You were given this life. It's not yours to control. You don't decide to end it. Anyways, what was I saying? Can we play video games during Ramadan? Yes, why not? Again, I don't understand, the idea again. I'm just gonna, just because Ramadan is approaching, I'm gonna take more time of this. Listen. Ramadan is an opportunity. It's not something that restricts you, takes away your food and takes away your fun. No. Some people enjoy Ramadan more than anything else. It's an opportunity. It's not a jail. In Ramadan, you have the opportunity to spend more time on your prayer, on your Quran, on this and that. It's not about prohibiting yourself. Some parents, I understand you guys are saying this because some parents might, take out your Xbox and your Fortnite from you during Ramadan. And I know why they're doing this, so that you guys can learn how important it is. But I still don't really agree with how parents do it. Some parents might be very rough about it. It's good to make people understand that it's an opportunity. If you willingly don't play video games, that is so good for you, for your mental health, for your Islam, for everything, because you are leaving something precious to you, something you do every day, just for Allah, because it's Ramadan, right? Even I want to stream games and play and do all this in Ramadan, but at the same time, I feel like I shouldn't, because I want that time to go. It's once a year. Once a year. It's just 1 month a year. I have 11 other months to keep playing games. This 1 month, I should leave it. It's not about restrictions. It's an opportunity. Ramadan is an opportunity for you, for all of us. Okay? Can you tell us how to get Laylat al-Qadr? That is not something you can get from people. You guys ask me the weirdest questions. Laylat al-Qadr is in the Ashara al-Awakhir, as in the last 10 days. The last 10 days, as in technically the last 10 nights of Ramadan, One of them is Laylat al-Qadr. For people who don't know what Laylat al-Qadr is the night that the Quran was brought down on earth to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? And it's the most precious night the whole year. There is no more important night. It's the most precious night. And the most precious day is Yom Arafah, which is, Arafah in Hajj. It's important that day. Anyways, and there is no way to actually, some people always speculate, maybe it's this day, maybe it's this day. No one actually knows. The best way to actually, get the most out of it, because all the rewards are multiplied in that day so much, is to actually be serious about your praying and everything, just throughout these 10 days. Just take the opportunity. It's an opportunity. If you think of it as a restriction, as a way of, your parents are just going to be mad at you if you don't pray. No. It's not how it works. It's an opportunity for you to Luna's crying. To spend these 10 days praying so much that your whole life might change. Your whole life. For 10 days, that's a really big deal, It's a good deal. Your whole life changing just because of 10 days work. Of course, 30 days of Ramadan are also very special, but these 10 are even more special. But that's enough. We've talked enough about Qiyam lasts a blink of an eye or even faster. How? What are you talking about? Surah Al-Nahl? I have to open the Quran. I very not used to Surah Al-Nahl. I always don't. 77. Give me a second. Why am I getting distracted? I should be doing Moses' story. This will be the last question. Stop asking questions. We'll deal with this, and then if I know, if I don't know, then sorry. Okay. $77, you say? It's a long surah though, but we'll try and find it. Hmm, 77. Okay, here he is. ولله غيب السماوات والأرض وما أمر الساعة إلا كلمح البصر أو هو أقرب إن الله على كل شيء قدير. Okay, so what was your question? I don't see anything wrong with this. Blink of an eye, fast. How? Oh. That's not how it works. So it's not that is gonna be the blink of an eye. In fact, Qiyamah is gonna be very long. It's gonna feel like years and years of torture and pain because the sun is closely gonna get closer to us. People, depending on how hard they worked in dunya, do you know this? If you were a good worker, then your sweat from the sun will only cover your legs or like your feet. Some people drown in their sweat. Do you understand what I'm saying? To drown on your own sweat. Some people drown in their own sweat in the Qiyamah because of how close the sun is, right? I'm sorry. The only reason I'm not answering questions is because we're out of time. We'll have another opportunity. The problem is, we probably in Ramadan we'll have like more streams where we can ask a lot of questions. How about that? Okay. Anyways, the qiyamah, the judgment day is very long. It's not in the blink of an eye. But Allah says in the ayah that وَلِلَّهِ غَيْبُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, as in Allah knows everything in the future, the past. He has the knowledge of everything that is unseen, that we don't know about. And two, that long day of judgment, right? To bring it can happen in the blink of an eye. To bring it, not the actual وَمَا أَمْرُ السَّاعَةِ إِلَّا كَلَمْحِ الْبَصَرِ أَوْ هُوَ أَقْرَبُ. This is my own interpretation, I might be wrong, but to bring the day of judgment can be in the blink of an eye, as in it's kind of scary to talk about this since this is Jum'ah today, and Jum'ah is the day that the judgment day will occur. It can happen in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, you just wake up and it's the judgment day. That's something Allah can't do, right? Another interpretation would be like something such as the judgment day, the last what's it called? Something like the judgment day, al-akhirah, al-qiyamah, something like al-qiyamah can also be done in a blink of an eye. Can be done in a blink of an eye. Allah says He can finish it in a blink of an eye. But He wouldn't, because it's the day of judgment is a day of us, seeing what we ripe the fruits of our work, right? It's not that Allah is like, how office workers have to write down everything and then give the documents to everyone and take so long to finish with this guy's commission and then go to the next guy. No. Allah is showing you that everyone's deeds can be counted, distributed, given to everyone. Everyone can be sent to heaven or hell in the blink of an eye. Allah can do it. The ayah is either this interpretation or the other one that I said. Allah can do it in the blink of an eye. He can sort everything out. He has the power to. It's just this ayah just shows you that Allah can do everything. Just because He doesn't mean He can't. This judgment can happen super quickly, happen the blink of an eye. All right, enough questions. We have to read Surah Taha and finish the Prophet Moses' story. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. فتولى فرعون فجمع كيده ثم أتى قال لهم موسى ويلكم لا تفتروا على الله كذبا فيسحتكم بعذاب وقد خاب من افترى فتنازعوا أمرهم بينهم وأسروا النجوى قالوا إن هذان لساحران يريدان أن يخرجاكم من أرضكم بسحرهما ويذهبا بطريقتكم المثلى فأجمعوا كيدكم ثم أتوا صفا وقد أفلح اليوم من استعلى. Okay, so I'm glad people stayed quiet while I'm reciting. That's haven't happened in a while. But yes, so again, let's go back in the middle of the story when they were supposed to meet at the festival. I know I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry. I just need to remember the story. They said, let's meet. The final showdown will be at the festival. And of course, Pharaoh wouldn't go there unprepared. He is scared of Moses. He knew that someone would come and try to take him off his throne, right? That's why he came prepared. He left. What did the Pharaoh do? He left and gathered all the magicians, the strongest, the best, the elite of the magicians in the country, right? And brought them over to the final day, right, of the showdown between him and Moses. And I've said that before, but if you guys remember, the prominent feature of the era during that time was magic. Magic was something that so prominent. The people who excelled at magic were the highest, the strongest people. Just like back in Jesus or Prophet Isa's days, medical power was the highest thing. If you know how, like medicine was blooming, everyone was discovering how to heal wounds and all these things. And in Prophet Muhammad's days, please don't join the membership. I'll literally cancel this whole thing. I'm tired of people joining it when I don't know who they are. You're not supporting me. I don't get money from this. You're just wasting your money on YouTube. I haven't got a single dollar from this. Stop. Go refund it. You're making me angry. It's like you haven't seen the video that comes with the membership. I said in the video, don't join the membership, man. It's only for the people who want to use emotes and stuff. Please don't waste your money. Please, please, please. This dollar or something that you have to pay for the membership, if you want to support me, please go and give it, as sadaqah or zakah, okay? And say this is for Ameka. I'll be very happy if you do that. Very, very happy. Joining the membership doesn't make me happy. It makes me mad. Because I don't know, I haven't seen your name before in gaming streams, and the membership is only there for people in the gaming streams to use emotes. That's it. No other reason, okay? If you want to do something nice for me and you want to make me happy, you either buy something for your mom and tell her something nice, or you do zakah, okay? That's it. That's all I want to ask from you. Anyways, back to the story. So he gathered the biggest magicians, the strongest magicians, right? And after he did that, when they arrived, okay? When they arrived, sorry, what was I talking about? Yes. So, last time we talked, we said that in the, I'm forgetting the story. Stop distracting me, chat, please. Anyways, last time we talked, we said that Moses showed the miracles that Allah gave him to the Pharaoh. Prophet Moses showed him, and he still didn't believe. He showed them how his hand got out of his pocket completely white, right? Which is the miracle, because Prophet Moses was not white. He was black, right? And after that, he made his staff turn into a snake, a really huge snake. And still, after the things that he did, Prophet simply said, oh, so you're just gonna try and take over our land with your magic, Moses? We can find people with better magic than yours, or similar magic, and fight you with it, with a magic that equals yours, okay? But what the Pharaoh didn't know is that, why are you asking me this kind of question? Is there a sign that says, do not share this stream, this is only for Muslims? Did you not read the pinned message? Please, man, let me finish the story. Why are you not letting me finish the story? Let me finish the story. Shut up, everyone shut up. I don't want everyone to talk. We've been a whole month. I started telling the story a month ago. Every single stream, we get distracted and we haven't finished the story. Shut up, I don't want anyone to talk. Shut up. Completely shut up. Man, we've been at Moses' story for 4 weeks. 4 weeks, chat. 4. I don't want anyone to talk. Shut up. I don't know, strategy. Man, it's an important story. Listen. Anyways. The thing that Pharaoh didn't know is that, as we talked before in a different stream, the magic that exists in our world is basically just jinn helping humans out. Jinn, since they have more power than us, they can do supernatural things. They help out humans who have a contract with them. Of course, having a contract with the jinn, by the way, is kufr, because part of the contract is to worship that jinn, so he can lend you his power. Okay? And to worship someone other than Allah is kufr. Okay. Yes, we know in anime and everything, magic sounds, oh my god, kira kira, sticky, it's all, Luna's crying. Anyways, it's all like sparkles and stuff, but no, real life magic is very, very different. Right? Real life Luna! I don't want to swear. Anyway, as I'm saying, be right back. Man, what is wrong with this child? She was screaming at her toy. She's screaming at her toy, man. Why are you screaming at your toy? Children, I hate children. Anyways, what was I saying? Back to what I was saying. Real life magic is very sinister. It's very dark. It involves taking people's hair and their clothes and wrapping them and putting all kinds of disgusting things over it to do that magic. Right? That's the real life magic. It is not as beautiful as what you see in anime. Okay? So at least that's the one that we know of in current day, modern day. We don't know about the magic back in how hard, how different it was, the magic back then. But we know that during Moses' time, they were really proficient in magic, really strong in it. But the problem is, no matter how strong that you are at magic, what Moses had wasn't magic. Moses didn't have a jinn make an illusion that made everyone think his hand was white. Moses' hand is white. It turned white because it was a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? It was a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he turned his hand white. That's why when the showdown started, right? Magicians from Pharaoh's side, Moses versus them. All right? What did they do? Anyways, so against the I'm not reading. I should read. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. In front of the. It's fine. You guys can talk. I lost hope in you guys all. Literally, you're not focusing anymore on the story. It's like you don't want to listen. So if you guys don't want to listen to me, I'm not gonna read the chat anyways. One for one. You don't want to listen? I'm not going to listen to you. As I'm saying, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قال لهم موسى ويلكم لا تفتروا على الله كذبا فيسحتكم بعذاب وقد خاب من افترى. So he told them, since Moses knows that what these magicians do is not real, the quote unquote magic that they do, it's just illusion that is created by the jinn. The jinn is making them. It's like um, is helping them out. Or there's of course illusion magic can like that is done with the help of jinn, or you could do sleight of hand. That's not haram. If you do tricks using cards or something, that's fine. That's not actual magic. That's just sleight of hand. But what they did was magic, and magic is like a lie because it's not actually real. This is all just illusions. So Moses warned them, do not lie against Allah, right? Otherwise, you're going to be wiped out, because lying is always bound to fail. So the magicians discussed, they were talking to each other, right? What are we going to do? What, should we actually face him? Maybe he's real, blah, 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 blah. They concluded, they said at the end, قالوا فتنازعوا أمرهم بينهم وأسروا النجوى قالوا إن هذان لساحران يريدان أن يخرجاكم من أرضكم بسحرهما ويذهبا بطريقتكم المثلى. As in, the translation was that these two are just two magicians. They're not prophets or anything. They're just magicians like you, like us. And they just want to drive us out of the land using their magic. And, they just want to ruin our traditions, okay? فأجمعوا كيدكم ثم أتوا صفا وقد أفلح اليوم من استعلى قالوا يا موسى إما أن تلقي وإما أن نكون أول من ألقى. So they said to Moses, you want to go first, or should we go first? Right? As in, like, do you cast your magic or we'll cast our magic? Who want to go first? What do you think Prophet Moses said? Because it's think of it this way, when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, whoever goes first kind of used to have an advantage, right? So that they were trying to appeal to Moses that they're so confident that they don't mind if he can choose who to go first. He can go first. They're not scared of him. But Prophet Moses was even more confident. He told them, no, you go first. Right? Go first. It's fine. You guys go first. Right? Because he was that confident. قال بل ألقوا فإذا حبالهم وعصيهم يخيل إليه من سحرهم أنها تسعى فأوجس في نفسه خيفة موسى قلنا لا تخف إنك أنت الأعلى. So they used their quote unquote magic and their ropes. They had ropes and they had staffs, and they turned into what? Snakes, right? Small snakes. But there's so many, right? There are so many magicians. Like, imagine you're in front of so many people and all of them just bring out their weapons and turn it into snakes. That means there's so many snakes in front of you. Even Moses, Prophet Moses, is still a human. He felt fear. Of course, he didn't show it to them. He was a tough person, but he felt fear inside him. He felt a little uneasy. He felt like, seeing all these snakes in front of him. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, do not fear. You are the winner. You will prevail. Allah reassured him that you will win 100%. It's not a matter of if, no, it will happen. You are the winner here. And then Allah told him, throw what's in your hand. Right? The staff that he was using. وألق ما في يمينك تلقف ما صنعوا إنما صنعوا كيد ساحر ولا يفلح الساحر حيث أتى. So Allah told him, throw what's in your right hand, cast it aside, the staff. And what happens when he does it? The staff turns into a giant snake. And it goes around eating all of the little snakes that they created. Which is the reason why it's like there wasn't even a fight here, is because the snakes that they had weren't actual snakes. They were just ropes, staffs, sticks, nothing actually moved. The jinn were just making an illusion to make it look like they were snakes. But the one that came out of Moses' staff, the one that when Moses' staff turned into a snake, that was a real snake. There was no magic, no nothing else. It was a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to turn a staff into a living being. Something only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do. And then Allah keeps saying what they created is just, what they did is just a magic trick. That's why they call, magic is just associated with tricks. Nothing is actually impressive about it. Even though jinn are strong and they can do so many things, in the end, the human isn't actually doing anything. He's just borrowing their power to do some illusions. Right? وَلَا يُفْلِحُ السَّاحِرُ حَيْثُ أَتَى. As in magicians can never succeed. Wherever they go, whatever they do. Do not ever rely on a magician. It is absolutely prohibited in Islam to rely on magicians. And as Allah just said, they do not succeed ever. It's like going to someone who has a 0% win rate on Garen top and telling him to go duo with you, to carry you to Challenger. What? You're losing. You're not going to win. That's a very obscure reference, but it's the same idea here. The people who rely on magicians, you're basically never going to win. You're never going to get what you want. So after what happened, فَأُلْقِيَ السَّحَرَةُ سُجَّدًا قَالُوا آمَنَّا بِرَبِّ هَارُونَ وَمُوسَى. The moment they saw it in front of them, because magicians, no other magicians, if you're also a magician, they know that what you're doing is also magic. It's just a trick, an illusion, right? But when they saw their stuff being eaten away, the rope was eaten by this. They realized that this is not a trick. This is not an illusion. This is a real snake. They fell down. They bowed down. They said, we believe in the Lord of Aaron and Moses. Rabbi Harun wa Musa. The Lord, the God of these two, we believe in him. If their God can do something like that, then we immediately believe. Because they know what magic is. They know that this is beyond the understanding of magic. It was 100% clear to them that they shouldn't disobey the God that was ordering Moses and Aaron and Harun to let these people know that God is telling you to stop doing this and worship him. They immediately declared that they were believers. They were under Moses' religion. So what does the Pharaoh do? The Pharaoh threatens them. He says, قال آمنتم له قبل أن آذن لكم إنه لكبيركم الذي علمكم السحر فلأقطعن أيديكم وأرجلكم من خلاف ولأصلبنكم في جذوع النخل وَلَتَعْلَمُنَّ أَيُّنَا أَشَدُّ عَذَابًا وَأَبْقَى. So what does he say to them? Pharaoh says, how dare you, you lowly magicians, how dare you guys believe in him before I give you permission? I didn't tell you it's okay to believe in him. Ah, he must be the one who taught you magic. You know, since he made a bigger snake than you guys are, and then his snake ate your snakes. Ah, it must have been a whole a show. You guys, he's your master, and you guys did all this show in front of me to try and trick my people. You guys are trying to trick my people into believing that there is a God other than me. I am the Pharaoh, I am the God. You guys are you are traitors. And what does he do? He threatens them, I will cut off your hands and feet. And crucify you on palm trees. Not only that, just also, he said he was going to crucify them on palm trees. And then you'll know who's more scary. Moses is God or I am. You'll know whose punishment is more severe, right? And more lasting, you know? So what do the magicians say? The magicians reply, قالوا لن نؤثرك على ما جاءنا من البينات والذي فطرنا فاقض ما أنت قاض إنما تقضي هذه الحياة الدنيا. So what they say? They replied to him, by the one who created us. They swore, we will never prefer you over the clear proofs that we just saw. I told you, chat, since they are magicians, they knew that what they saw in front of them was beyond magic. That was not magic. They know that a magician knows that what he's doing is just tricks and like illusion. He knows that it's not actually something super power, a miracle. He knows. That's why they were shocked when they say what happened. They believed immediately. They told the Pharaoh, do whatever you want. Your authority, the things that you're gonna do to us, only cover this life, this limited life, this dunya. إنما تقضي هذه الحياة الدنيا. This dunya, this life that's going to end. Your punishment is going to end. This is a lesson. They knew that there's something after. In the afterlife, that Allah will reward them for standing up against the Pharaoh, for not being scared of torture or anything like that. And then they continued. They didn't stop there. Not only they told the Pharaoh, screw you, do whatever you want, we're not scared of you. They continued. They said, إِنَّا آمَنَّا بِرَبِّنَا لِيَغْفِرَ لَنَا خَطَايَانَا وَمَا أَكْرَهْتَنَا عَلَيْهِ مِنَ السِّحْرِ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. We believed in our Lord, our God, Allah. Well, back at the time, they didn't call him Allah because that's an Arabic word. Whatever the language they used, I forgot what they spoke. But probably ancient Egyptian, probably, I don't know. And they continued saying, we want our Lord to forgive us, forgive our sins. They know, they understand. The magicians know that the magic is a sin. The magician himself knows that what he's doing is wrong, because he is worshipping. He used to, of course, these magicians are already asking for forgiveness. He used to worship another, the jinn that's helping him. That's why he's saying that they were saying Allah is superior, and we wish for his forgiveness, not yours. Your punishment doesn't mean anything. Your reward that you promised us doesn't mean anything because he hired them, right? They completely forgot about Pharaoh's generous, quote unquote generous, reward when he hired them. They forgot about his threats when he said he's going to cut off their limbs, cut off their hands and crucify them and their legs. They forgot. They said, Allah, our Lord, is far superior in both his rewards, the way he's going to reward us, and his punishment. The reward that we're going to get for listening to his call and like worshiping him are way better than whatever the Pharaoh can amount to give us. Even if the Pharaoh can give them the whole world, earth doesn't mean anything in what Allah can give us in his reward. The same thing with his punishment. So what if you cut off our limbs and then killed us? What? Crucified us? What? Doesn't mean anything. The punishment that Allah will give is way more eternal. Eternal. You know what eternal means? Because the whole things that the Pharaoh was trying to do to the magicians, crucifying them and cutting off their limbs and not actually killing them quickly, is to threaten them that his punishment is lasting. His punishment is going to last for so long because they're going to start bleeding and slowly dying and suffering and feeling pain while they're on the tree, stuck there, can't move. He thought that was the most lasting punishment he could do. He didn't know that there's hell, and in hell you die and then your flesh comes back so you can die again. You never die. You keep burning and burning and burning. The food you eat in hell also burns you. It's a cycle of pain and eternal punishment. They understood that. That's why they didn't fear the Pharaoh. And we are out of time, but that is it. That was the ending of this story till here. But I think I should at least end it with the last part, which is when, when the troops of the Pharaoh, when the Pharaoh and his troops did convert to Islam, there was no Islam back then. I keep saying this. Islam is very, very limited to our generation. They converted to true belief in Allah, that their own religion. So yes, we speculate that they will be in heaven. I'd definitely love to meet them and talk to them, because they had balls of steel, man. Those are really gutsy. A lot of us, we know that if someone threatened us with death, and not any death, in the same way that the Pharaoh threatened us, a lot of us would just fall into pressure. And that's fine. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that it's okay. Like in Islam, if someone forces you, threatens to kill you, and tells you to do something against Islam, you should do it. Prioritize saving your life. If someone tell you, drink alcohol, otherwise I'll kill you, they have a gun to your head, drink alcohol, man, drink it. Just escape from danger, and then Allah won't judge you for that, because you are forced to do it. Okay? But still, the fact that some people still refuse and completely show their faith so that everyone else, they were an example for so many people there. Because of them, so many people believed in Moses as well and followed him. And that's where the story ends, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Moses, وَلَقَدْ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَىٰ أَنْ أَسْرِ بِعِبَادِي فَاضْرِبْ لَهُمْ طَرِيقًا فِي الْبَحْرِ يَبَسًا لَا تَخَافُ دَرَكًا وَلَا تَخْشَىٰ. As in, Prophet Moses was told by Allah to leave the country before they were being caught by the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh just ran out of options. He tried to beat him one-on-one, fair and square. He couldn't. Even his own soldiers, his own magicians, the one he hired, turned against him. That's how strong the evidence the Prophet Moses had. And as they were running away, and the Pharaoh was chasing him with his troops, فأتبعهم فرعون بجنوده فغشيهم من اليم ما غشيهم وأضل فرعون قومه وما هدى. What happened? They reached the Red Sea, because the Red Sea kind of, separates the land in Egypt, right? It's hard to cross when the Red Sea is closing the way. So the Red Sea is in front of them. Behind them is Pharaoh, and then the famous story that exists even in the Bible and everywhere, because it's a true story. That's why it exists everywhere. That's why no one tried to alter it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Moses to hit the ocean with his staff. Obviously, you guys need to understand, Moses has no powers of his own. He is a tough human, that's it. But he's still a human. He did not split the ocean, the sea open. That's what Allah did. The motion that he did was just a way to show people, it's like a trigger for Allah's miracle to happen. Because it would have been, think of it this way. If an ocean literally split out of nowhere, boom, just like that, wouldn't everyone be scared shitless? Everyone would be like, what's happening? Everyone would lose their mind. Is there a monster coming out of the ocean? What's happening? They won't know. They'll just be captured by Moses. But instead, Allah told Moses to do it, so that the motion of him doing it would make people behind him understand that this is Allah's doing, that this is on their side. This is a miracle from Allah. That's why he split the ocean with that motion. That kind of rhymed. Anyways, some people still don't understand and be like, can you guys hear that? Oh my God, everyone's crying. Anyways, and hear that. And it's just like the miracles that Jesus performed, to be like, Jesus must be a God, he must be the Son of God. No. Allah made Jesus, showcase his own miracles. Jesus has no powers of his own. He's just a human. Prophet Isa, if you call him as well. Isa is his real name. Anyways, next. Of course, they started crossing the Red Sea. And as they were crossing the Red Sea, it's funny, I keep remembering it. The Pharaoh sees the sea, and it's funny. The reason he died is exactly his own faults. It's exactly his own problems. The fact that he was so arrogant. He saw the sea split open, and he was like, subarashi, and he's like, yes, this please split open for me, because I am the God, he's arrogant. He actually thought that it was his power. It was the sea split open for him, right? And so he tells his troops to walk in the passage to follow through the passage that Moses and his followers are walking in. And the moment Moses and his followers got off where the split sea, they already finished the path. The moment they just finished, guess what happens? The sea smacks back open, right in the middle when they're still walking in there. Each one of them drowned so hard. It's not like, listen, you guys underestimate the idea. I said sea was split open. That means when sea smacked closed, It's not like you're just swimming. No, you got smacked by the sea. As in, like, the sea is so violent, you can't swim away. You will drown. You will drown. You know your death. It was such a horrifying moment that the Pharaoh himself knew that he was gonna die and said, "Oh, al-an, al-ana amant." He said, "Oh, now I believe in the God of Moses and Harun." But too bad. There is a strict rule in repentance. Tawbah. In Tawbah, you're only given time until it's either Qiyamah, the last judgment day. You're still giving, until the time of Qiyamah, you're still giving time to repent and apologize and go back and ask for forgiveness from Allah and go back to Tawheed and like praying to Allah. Or in your deathbed. When in your deathbed, your book is closed. The book where all of your deeds are written, your book is closed. You don't get to ask for forgiveness. You don't get to change your religion. You don't get to do anything. You are done. That is your deathbed. You don't get to change anything. That is why he will be rotting in hell. Even though he did say at the very end, he did say that he does believe in the God of Moses, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? That was the story of the Pharaoh. In fact, the Pharaoh as a وَلِنَجْعَلَهُ آيَةً, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make him an evidence and a way to show others the might of Allah. Allah made his story a permanent one and kept his body. His body still remains, even though it shouldn't remain, you know. His body was retrieved completely fine after he died and was mummified, and he still till this day exists as a way to don't ask me where. I actually don't remember. But his body still exists. What museum is it? I don't know, because there's too many pharaohs. I don't know which one is it. The corpse still remains to this day and will remain to the end of time, because he is now a example. He has been made an example. The verse wasn't joking? Yeah, of course the verse doesn't joke. And you're not allowed to joke in the presence of, you know, I'm not sure if you're a Muslim or not, but as a Muslim, if you joke about Quran, you're kind of screwed up. No, not kind of. You screwed up. You're done. لا تعتذروا قد كفرتوا بعد إيمانكم. Allah will tell you, don't apologize. You lost your worship just from joking about Quran. So we don't joke about Quran ever, never. If you're not a Muslim and you're just like, you know, wondering about these things, that's fine. I'm not mad at you. Not knowing is fine. But if you're a Muslim, I'll definitely give you a worse lecture than that. Anyways, also don't tell me if you are or if you're not. Hiding it sometimes is better than saying what it is. Anyways, as I'm saying, that was it. The story of Moses still continues, but I'm actually not that well taught about it. The other story, that's why I'm not going to talk about it. I understand the main idea from the Quran, of course, but the details of the story, I really know it. So I'm not going to tell it. So now we have officially finished story of Prophet Moses with Pharaoh and their showdown. Of course, there's also the story of Moses in Surah Al-Kahf. Speaking of Surah Al-Kahf, I completely forgot to read Surah Al-Kahf, and we're out of time today. And I am supposed to be reading Al-Kahf right now. So what are we going to do? I'm out of time. I have to go. Oh wait, I just realized the reason we're out of time because you guys wasted time chatting and asking questions and being funny when I'm trying to tell a story. So this is your fault. Therefore, I will not be reading Al-Kahf today. Go read it on your own or listen to another previous stream when we read Al-Kahf. But today we will not be reading it. I'll go read it alone, of course, because it's easier to read alone. Because when I'm reading alone, I'm focusing on my Quran, not focusing on trying to discipline the people who wish to chat and, and laugh and joke while someone is reading Quran, It's way more mentally easier for me to read alone. But that'll be it. I actually forgot to put a hadith for today's ending stream, so let me grab that really quickly. There is a good hadith for new Muslims. Let me find that. Jar. Oh, this one is good. This one is good. Okay. This one is good. This one is good. I found a good one. Yeah. Okay, this one. No, you haven't been tricked or bamboozled. You guys been annoying. That's why I'm ending this. Anyways. All right, we're done. We're doing the ending hadith now. We're doing the ending hadith. Oof, I haven't done an ending quote since last week. Yikes. If you wish to remain, then you may remain. Let's talk about this. All right. For those who wish to remain, let us talk about this. This is a very nice hadith. The haughty, as in the arrogant, The Arabic version says, لا يدخل الجنة من كان في قلبه مثقال ذرة من كبر. As in Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says, those, I don't like this translation, I'll try to translate my own. Those who have the slightest amount of arrogance, so slight in fact, that it's like, it's like, you know how small a seed is? That's how small. Like a pebble, a small rock. That's small. You don't go to heaven if you have that much arrogance in you. So a man asked Prophet Muhammad, what about a person who likes, beautiful dresses or like good shoes, Gucci, If you like the drip, Jannah is heaven in Islam. That is correct. Jannah is basically heaven, right? It's a different name for it. Jannah basically translates to garden, So a man asked the Prophet, so what if you like to dress well, if you drip, if you got the drip, does that mean you're arrogant? So the Prophet corrected him Inna Allah jamilun yuhibbul jamal. As in, Allah is beautiful and likes beauty. Pride or arrogance is basically when someone is rejecting the truth and despising people out of his own, like, quote unquote, I don't know about this translation saying self-esteem, but they would ridicule others and like despise them, or even not believe, you know, the words of someone else, just because, yes, ego would be a good word, just because of their own ego. It's like, huh, me listening to this little kid teaching me about something, huh? No, right? Am I right? Narcissist is the same. Again, it's a specific amount of it's a specific type of arrogance, the one that if you were given the truth, if someone tells you, hey, you're a bad person because you did this and this and this, so instead you're like, huh, who are you to tell me what to do? Who are you to point out my mistakes? I am better than you. These kind of people. I call them normies, to be honest. When I usually say normies, I refer to these people. You could say Twitter people as well. This is very common in Twitter, you know, to always look down on others. Even if the truth is in front of you, despise others just because of, you know, how you feel like you want to be, you know, that thing, the whatever you want to be, a noble or a white knight or something like that. So that kind of, it will not enter Jannah. So, okay, you need to understand, this is a very, very important idea that you need to understand, because a lot of people get terrified by these things. Well, you should be, because this is a disgusting thing to have in a human. Arrogance, that kind of arrogance is not something that you should have, and you should let go of it. But when Allah says something in the Quran, such as will not enter Jannah or will go to hell forever, these things are only applied to non-believers or believers who have not had, you know, enough, let's just say, have not had, okay, munafiqeen, basically, they're not actually believing. They pretend to believe, they pretend to be Muslim, or pretend to be, you know, back in, let's just say, Moses' days, the story we just talked, they pretend to follow Moses, but not really. Deep inside, they're like, I think the Pharaoh is better than Moses, prophets. Yeah, hypocrites, basically, right? In fact, a lot of sheikhs say that if you say shahada, all right, not funny, don't say muna, it leaves muna out of this. Anyways, if you say shahada, regardless, okay, just don't take it, don't, please, I know this is something big to say, and I don't want you to take it, you know, in a naive way. A lot of scholars say that as long as you said the shahada, you will go to heaven. You will go to heaven. But that doesn't mean it's okay to do all these things that, you know, the Prophet and Allah are saying you're not supposed to do. Because these things, they are so heavily frowned upon. Allah says these things, the Prophet says you won't go to heaven with these things, because the Prophet knows that being arrogant eventually leads you to not worship Allah. Zina eventually leads you to not be Muslim. This, that, all these are prohibited for a reason. Yes, you are giving a golden card that is called Shahada. Yes, Shahada will permit you to enter Jannah, but that doesn't mean that you should let your guard down. Even I had disgusting moments in my life, even though I am a Muslim and I've said Shahada and all that. I've had depressing moments in my life that I felt like, man, nothing matters anymore. Maybe I should die and all that, you know? Yes, from what I understand, Shahada is like opening a bank. That is true. To store your deeds. That is a really good way to think about it. Shahada is exactly like that. You open a bank account. Anyone who didn't open a bank account cannot go to heaven. If you open a bank account, even if your bank account goes in the negative, even if you were in debt, you had so many sins and everything, as long as your bank account isn't closed, you still believe in Allah. You still haven't closed your bank account. You still stand by your shahada. You did so many horrible things, but you still believe you will go to heaven. Of course, since your bank account is in the minus, you will go to hell first and be cleaned out of your debt, because that's what happens. You will be dipped in like nacho sauce. It's like a little dip in hell. Sometimes if you have so many sins, then it's going to be a little more than a dip, until you have been punished enough for your sins that outweighed your good deeds. And once your balance has been cleared, you go to heaven. Once you've been cleared. That's why this is the truth. You will not go to heaven when there is arrogance in your heart. That arrogance will be cleaned out of you. This is not a lie. The Prophet isn't lying here. That arrogance will be cleaned out of you. Either the good way of cleaning is that you have other good deeds. When you have other good deeds, when Allah compares your deeds, the good deeds take away the bad deeds. They erase them. إِنَّ الْحَسَنَاتِ يُذْهِبْنَ السَّيِّئَاتِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says this in the Quran. The good deeds delete the bad deeds. The more good deeds that you accumulate in your life, just like the guy said in the bank account example, the more you gather money and you put it in this bank account with good deeds, the less debt you'll have. That arrogance will also disappear. If you know someone arrogant, don't hate them and be like, ha, you'll never go to Jannah. Shut up, man. You don't decide who goes to Jannah. You don't know what's in their bank account. Maybe they have such a huge bank account that arrogance that they have will be cleared out. They will be cleared out, but how many sadaqah they did, how many prayer they did, okay? That's why I never judge people, no matter what. And don't be scared if you are a little arrogant. Don't be that scared. Just compensate. If you still can't fix your arrogancy, compensate with that by sadaqah, by doing this, by doing that, okay? Okay, Luna's crying. And now we have finished officially. Let's remember to say كفارة المجلس. سبحانك اللهم وبحمده أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For those who are still lurking, we might just read Ayat al-Kursi and end it here. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.